thank you. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here again at the National Animal Rights Day event. Jamie, Raina, everyone is doing a wonderful job to bring awareness to the plight of these animals, and I thank them again and again and again. There is so much work to be done, unfortunately. There's so many animals who are, as we speak and stand here, dying in slaughterhouses, being poached by poachers who have no sense and no compassion. There are so many animals that are being held in captivity, in cages and in bondage. Lolita, the orca who is being held captive at the Miami Seaquarium, who I wrote the song about, Free Lolita, Let the Girl Go. She has been there for almost 50 years. She was stolen from her family as a baby, and she was sold, and she is still there. You have diehards in Florida who have been marching and protesting for over 10 years in front of the Miami Seaquarium every week, rain or shine, to turn away cars and people so they won't pay that $40 to see her enslaved. But there are many miles to go before we sleep, my friends. There are still many animals that are in captivity. And I don't know about you, but some days I get tired. And I know you get tired because we scream, we shout, we march until our feet are tired. And still there's no change or not enough change. Can I get an amen? But you know, it's when we are down and we feel like we can't go on that we have to push forward. We have to keep marching on until victory is won. Because one, there are too many people on the other side that would be happy for us to lay down and stay down so they can continue to do their evil. And we cannot allow that. There's too much going on, and the animals need our voices. They don't have a voice of their own. So they depend on us to shout and march and fight and shake and call and compel people to do the right thing. I know it's hard. Sometimes you feel like you take 4 steps up and 5 steps back, but you got to keep going. I know some of you are here, as some of our previous speakers said, worried about your own problems. I know some of you are here thinking, how the hell am I going to pay T-Mobile next week? Well, how the hell am I going to make July's rent? But you pushed all of that aside to come here today to stand for these animals. And that makes you a warrior and an activist and a person who is needed in the movement. Can I get an amen? We need strong people like that. Because as a black woman, I can testify and tell you that it is because of people like you that I have the right to go into the ballot and to cast my ballot in elections. Can I get an amen? Because people marched, they fought, they died, they stood strong. I know they got tired. I know they got tired, but they didn't give up until victory was won. And we have to do the same thing. There's so much going on. All of our animals are under attack. Even our bee colonies are under attack. Animals in the oceans are being under attack with all of this garbage and debris and plastics. My brother Donnie Moss laid some facts on me this weekend that blew my mind. He said if we keep up on the path that we are currently on, by the year 2048, all of the marine life and fish will be dead. Think about it. Think about it. That's why we can't get tired. We have to keep marching on until victory is won. All right now, because they depend on us. We have to make people aware of what's going on. We have to keep on. There's so much going on. I know sometimes we get tired, and we've got what we've got in this White House. Okay? President Trump, you know, I still have a problem saying that. But our president pulled out of the Paris Accord. You know, he's also proposing major cuts to the EPA's budget, which means that there will be fewer people and fewer eyes watching our oceans, our lakes, our rivers, our streams, more illegal dumping, more animals in the sea and lakes dying, more people getting sick. So we have to stand and we have to go on. We can't afford to be tired because there's too much to be done. There's too much to be done. That's too much to be done. Yes, we get tired, but sometimes just take a day off. If you get tired and weary, just retreat for a minute. Go take a yoga class. Go hang out with some friends, as I do every now and then, have a couple of shots of tequila. All right now. Woo. Okay? Go take that Zumba class, that soul cycle class. Do what you have to do to shake off the misery and get back in the fight. Because we need you. We got to have you. Because without you, the animals will all be dead. Think about that. There will be more of what we saw here today, and we can't have that. We have to have respect for our planet as well as our animals. We have to do that. And also, we have to make sure that we teach our children the importance of respecting our planet and the animals. We have to start out young. Because, you know, in my protests, I've gone all over the country protesting and with PETA and other organizations and trying to get people to not go into the circus, the Universal Circus, and all of these other aquariums and things that they visit. And you talk to adults, honey, they've got all these arguments. They don't want to hear it. But you can't start teaching people at 35. Can I get an amen? Sometimes it's too late by then. They've already been damaged. The greed has got a hold of them. Evil is all up in them. And sometimes it's just too late. That's why we have to make sure that we get to our children. It may not be your own children. It may be your neighbor's child. It may be somebody that you see in McDonald's. And list some knowledge. Share some knowledge with those children. They are our future. And if we don't share the knowledge with them, we will perish. Our animals will perish. Our planets will perish. And that's why you cannot get tired. You got to keep marching on until victory is won. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to. Now, I know there's so much work to be done. It always is. There's always some evil villain behind some big desk somewhere trying to plot to make money off somebody else's misfortune or to use somebody or to sell somebody. It's been going on since the beginning of time, and it will not stop. Can I get an amen? And that's okay. And we will continue our fight to make sure that we unleash those shackles, that we open up those cages, that we protect these animals to make sure that those profiteers don't get what they want. Now, when we are getting tired and we are feeling low, we have to remember those victories that we have made. Even though we have a mountain to climb, like the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus closing. That is a major victory. And that victory was brought about by warriors like you, who refused to give up, who protested rain or shine, who wrote letters, who made calls, who sent petitions, who did everything they could do, who called their friends, who stood strong for year after year after year after year after year. Because as my grandmother used to say, a steady drop of water will wear a hole in a rock. And there's a big old hole in that rock for Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. That rock has gone to the bottom of the lake. Can I get an amen? Yes, because of people like you. And that's why we can't give up. We have to look at those victories and gather strength. We have to look to each other and hold each other up. Because we are all we have and we are all these animals have. We have to teach our youth to respect the planet, because this is the only planet we have. I like to think that we're all roommates here. Well, and we all know about roommate situations in New York City. Okay? So we're all roommates here. We have nowhere else to go. Where else were we going? This is the only planet we got. Because, honey, they don't have Starbucks on Pluto, so get with it. You have to protect this earth. Okay? We have to teach the children. Teach them. Teach them. And in teaching the children, I actually wrote several children's books because I myself got a little tired and had a moment of frustration trying to convince adults to do the right thing. And I had an aha moment, if you will. And I realized that it's the children that you have to talk to, because a child can talk to their parent and get them to have an aha moment before you can. So if you can pass knowledge on to a child, you can affect that whole family without you saying a word to the mama or the daddy. Can I get an amen? Because that child will be the light in that household. That child will be the one to open everybody's eyes. and to be that light. So every light can shine. These animals whose light had been extinguished, unfortunately, we got to them too late. But there are many more lights that need to stay lit. And it is our job to make sure that that is done. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, yeah, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let the light shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let the animals live, don't let them die. Today I have some copies of my book, Saving Benjamin, which is a children's book. It's about two little girls, Tiffany and Taisha, who take it upon themselves to clean up their local beach of plastic and debris to keep their fish friend Benjamin safe. Because over 1 million seabirds and fish die every year from plastics in the oceans and debris in the oceans, because oftentimes they mistake it for food and ingest it and die. So this is my way of helping the children to see the light so their parents can see the light. And I have free copies to give away to all the children here today. I have a campaign at YouCaring to help to raise money so I can give these books away to the children, because I know they are our future. So please visit YouCaring/Save Our Oceans. Any children that are here, please come see me so you get your free copy of Saving Benjamin and continue to march on until victory is won.
Give it up for Robbyne